everyone, welcome to TalentSprint series on most frequently asked coding questions. In this series, we are bringing a number of coding questions that have been asked in interviews and written exams over the years. We are not only providing the solution for the questions, but we are also giving you tips and pointers along the way to help improve your coding. In today's video, we are going to look at a very interesting program using Java. In today's program, we'll see how to find the number of words in a given sentence. So let's start. This function shows a very simplistic approach towards solving this problem. Let me first explain you what we are doing here. Let's say we have a string that has 5 words. Now those 5 words will be separated by a space. So if there are 5 words in a sentence, there would be 4 spaces in the sentence. And to equal the number of count of words to what actually is, we add one more to the count of the spaces. So to keep in mind that one more addition, we have already initialized our word count to 1. And now we will just count the number of spaces and add it to the word count. How we are counting the number of spaces is happening inside this for loop. So we are traversing through our string till we reach the length, which is given by string.length, and every character of the string is compared with the space. If we hit a space, that means a word is over and we increment the count. So every time there is a match for space, we are incrementing our word count. And at the end, we are finally returning the word count. Let me show you another approach to solve the same problem. Now here what we are doing is, we are using the pre-existing Java functions to ease our problem a bit. How? Let's see. We have initialized the space and stored it in a string variable. And what we are doing is, we are splitting our string on the space. Now what split function does is, it breaks a string into substrings based on the given expression, which in our case is the space bar. So every time a space is encountered in the string, it will break it and store it in the array. And finally, the .length function will give us the number of words in that array. Both these functions seem to be working fine and they'll give us the word count. But there are a few corner cases that both of these functions will not take care of. For example, if your string has only spaces, then these two programs will fail and give you the wrong word count. Or for example, if between any two words there are more than one spaces, again, both these programs will not be able to give you the right solution in that case. So let's see how we can improve our program to take care of these corner conditions. So in this function word count, again we are passing the string from which we need the word count, and we have initialized the variable space. Also we have initialized a variable w_cnt that will hold the word count. And what we are doing is, we are again using the function split. But this time, whatever the split function returns, the whole array, we are storing it in the array called words. So we are splitting our string based on the space. So every time a space is hit, that word would be a member of the array. Now to keep a track on those extra spaces that I talked about before, what we are doing is, we are running a for loop that traverses through the array returned by the function split. For every word in the array, we are checking if there are no heading or trailing blank spaces in the word. If there are, we are using the function trim to eliminate those. Now after applying trim to the string that we have, if still the length of the word comes out to be greater than 0, that means it actually is a word and not just a blank space. In that case only, we are incrementing our word count. For the other cases, if the function trim returns a length of less than 0 or equals to 0, we are not incrementing the word count, as it would probably be just a blank space. And finally, we are returning the word count. So the function that you saw will take care of the extra blank spaces if there are in the string. If there is an extra blank space starting from the string, or at the end of the string there are trailing blank spaces, everything will be taken care of and you'll get the exact word count that you need. In the main function, the call would look something like this. We have created a string write readable code, which we are then passing to our function count words, and finally printing the word count. So in this program, we saw how using existing Java functions make our program coding work a bit easier and of course faster. We also learned two functions that you might see in the upcoming videos, which were split and trim. And also we saw how corner conditions should be tackled in your program. We'll take a look at many more interesting questions like these in our upcoming videos, and also give you tips and pointers to keep those corner cases in check. So please don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any queries, please feel free to drop a mail at the email ID mentioned on the screen. See you soon. Happy coding!